it's been sold out since it opened back in 2002. There's a look at the home of the Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Cleveland Browns. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And some room to roam now. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Jones.
That swung out wide to Harris.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 3rd down.
Check, 43. Let's make these babies cry all the way.
Throwing Jones. And this one is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. From the gun, Jones. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Greedy Williams picks it off.
And the Browns are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
On 2nd and 10, Mayfield.
And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because
Jones hit and the ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step toward forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. Mayfield to throw it. Flushed out right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Baker Mayfield taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Browns are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14, Patriots nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken in at the 3.
So that will push him back.
And now we know why I had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Throwing on first down. Jones. Over the middle, he's got Myers. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Grant Delpit.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Here's Chubb on the read option.
And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mayfield hands to Chubb on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 3rd down, Mayfield.
They get this out wide to Gaskin.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to make it 4th down. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Badgley able to punch this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0.
So a great first quarter continues here as they add on to that lead.
And Brandon, I think it sets up what's going to be an important drive because it's now 17-0. So the other guys, they got to figure out something quick before this game gets away from them.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 17-0 our score after 1. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, Jones. Eluding the pressure right. And I think the ball's out. And this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Back to throw, Jones. Buying time to his left. This is caught. It's Boyd. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play there for the Patriots.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Flush to his right.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Jones. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Damian Harris. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Browns Browns drive about to get started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Mayfield on first down.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air, 34 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Pats are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Here's Jones on first down. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now a first down carry for Harris. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Jones. That's caught by Myers. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Jones on 3rd down. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st down, it's Harris. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
On 2nd down and 4, Jones, touchdown. Damian Harris with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Patriots are back within a score. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route, worked out pretty well.
It was like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? What a lot of offenses say.
Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those, and maximizing opportunities.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They went counter there offensively, and a couple of defenders were on skates for a second.
They certainly were, and you know what offensive linemen love about the counters and the misdirections? Sometimes you don't even have to block the defender. He can run himself out of the play if he doesn't read his keys properly.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
7 yards, the pick up there. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. And that'll be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Jones. He completes it to Henry. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. The Browns drive about to get started.
And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. A run for Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with a lead. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
The Browns are going to get the 2nd half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half part.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it.
And the return will stop right around the 25. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Second and 5 now. Jones, he gets it complete to Harris. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Again, it's Harris on second down.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Looking to throw. Jones. Flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30. 10. 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This one fielded at the 5.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by John Johnson.
You gonna like this?
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will bump the lead up to 26. From the 6. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you...
Touchdown, Patriots! Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Patriots get a score closer. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Devin McCourty picks it off. And he takes this one back into the... zone, and the Patriot defense has a touchdown. On for the extra point is Folk. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Here's Landry. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Mayfield. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Matt Judon make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. The return is Olszewski. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that? And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. New England with a first down as they begin the drive.
35's the mic. Coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go, here we go. 19 tight, 19 tight. Mike 35, Mike 35.
Throwing after the interception, Jones. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down. A 2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Foxborough. From the gun, Jones. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
The throw over the middle taken in. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Hunter Henry. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Folk connects on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Second down at 5.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Browns.
Well, Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it, and we saw evidence of that right there.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 27.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu.
And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield on play action. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Throwing Jones. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 42. Someone moved, flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Mayfield looks to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed,
but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Play fake. Mayfield sliding out of the pocket. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Joejuan Williams. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off the play fake. Jones. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And this is going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Touchdown. That's caught. Anthony Schwartz, 30 yards. And the Browns look like they're going to get back at